Being pregnant in the middle of August ain't for the weary. Lately I've had more not so great than great days, which I'll tell you about once I get out of these clothes. Emotionally, this pregnancy makes me feel very close to my baby. Even though I pray a lot, a part of me is fearful that I might not be able to hold my child. Now that I'm pregnant, I can't picture myself not being a mother. I've grown extremely attached to this baby. And I know that that's what comes with the territory, but I just have all these thoughts a lot of times, and I have to find ways to quiet my thoughts so that I can focus on the matter at hand, and that's the end goal, which is my due date. Psychologically, this pregnancy has been therapy for me. Several people have even said that they can tell that it is therapy for me because of how I'm speaking, and it's actually true. I haven't been to my actual therapy sessions in about a month and a half, and we've been doing this for 2 months. So it's definitely been helping me a lot, sharing my story and just getting past a lot of things that once bothered me. In fact, I can even go so far to say that whatever bothered me in the past doesn't bother me now. Physically, my energy level's lower. Of course, in the previous vlog, I was telling you that my face is filled out. I'm fatter. Well, not fatter. Yeah, I guess I am fatter, but I'm bigger than I was before. But of course, that comes with the territory. One thing that bothers me a little bit is feeling like half the person I was before. I'm used to being a strongest woman, no matter where I'm working or where I'm at. I'm used to being a woman that could do anything, and it's like right now, everything about me is about protecting my child. So I don't want to do anything that's going to strain me, but it just makes me feel some type of way when I'm sluggish or dragging behind other people, because I'm used to being in the front. I'm used to being that person that's just at the head of the line or whatever. And I know that that'll come back, eventually, but it's just, that's been a difficult adjustment for me. One thing that I'm learning how to do, and it's a minute by minute, honestly it's more like a second by second lesson for me, is learning how to not worry about the things that I can't change. That's hard for me. Stress is something that rears its ugly head, and it's easy to say, oh, don't stress about anything, but that's easier said than done. It's easy to tell someone not to stress, but actually doing it, that's where the real work comes in. Sometimes I feel alone. With me having PCOS, especially being the only person in my family with it, and not really knowing anybody close to me that's got it, I feel secluded in a way. I feel sometimes I have questions that I want to ask somebody other than me, or other than Google, other than a doctor, and I can't really ask anybody because I don't know anybody well enough to ask them about their PCOS symptoms, or if they've ever been pregnant, how did you deal with it? I can't ask anybody any questions and really get an actual real answer. I feel like I'm leading a blind march with even blinder followers behind me. And one thing that I hope to gain from all of this is that if I can encourage or inspire one person, I'll have done my job, because we all need someone, especially if you've got PCOS. You need to know that there's somebody else out there that's got it too. I wish that I had someone in my life years ago that could have kind of coached me through PCOS. My life might be a little different now had I had that, but we can't live in the past or cry over spilled milk. I hope that I find myself on the better side of PCOS. Most times I don't feel beautiful. I don't feel normal. I don't feel like I belong. A lot of times I'm just floating like, okay, well, of course I've been born. I was born to 2 parents and whatever, but I mean, who knew I'd have PCOS? Who knew that I'd be this person that I am now? And I'm not saying that to preach any gloom or anything. It's just that it's my reality. Sometimes my feelings, especially right now, my feelings are extremely up and down. And I'm just really trying to find my peace and find my place in how I should feel. And it's easy for me to smile in people's faces, but I mean, on days like this, I have to express how I feel too, so that I can get through it. But I've experienced a lot of different things in my life, and I know that I will see the better side of this, because I've seen the better side of many many depressing situations. So I know that I'll be just fine at the end, and I'm going to remain positive. But I don't know. This is just how I'm feeling at my 23rd week.